Okay, and for those of you that just joined, we'll begin in a couple minutes. And just a tip here: if you go to the window with all the area, all the little windows, you can pin my video if you want a larger demonstration of the instruction to the Zoom. So let's see, I just did it and now it's done. I don't know how to explain it, but it is within the gallery area of the videos that you're seeing. So if I'm not the most predominant window and you want to watch for instruction, then definitely pin that. And we'll just give it one more minute. If you're already here, feel free to find child's pose or some other pose on your mat to prepare. Okay, wonderful. Well, let's begin. 7:15 Saturday morning flow. This is an all levels class, so welcome. It's 60 minutes. My name is Joanna, and I know we have a few people tuning in or practicing this morning from different parts of the country. So welcome. One lovely benefit of the virtual space, we can reach a little further, connect a little further with one another. So let's begin standing. So if you are in child's pose or already on your mat, just come to your feet and find the front of your mat, and we'll find Tadasana. So that's standing mountain pose. So sweep the arms overhead, take a full body stretch, and feel free to move around on the feet so you feel the heels, the toes. Doesn't really matter what the arms are doing. We're just trying to wake up the thighs, the legs. And hopefully everyone can hear me well. Turning up my volume. And then you might want to sweep the arms overhead again, reach for the sky. Maybe sweep them back behind you, interlace them at your lower back. Just begin to move the body gently, waking up the legs, the feet. And now let's pair that with breath. Full inhale. Open up the mouth. Let the shoulders soften. Maybe hands just by your sides. Do that again. Full breath in. Open up the mouth. Nowhere to be. Another breath in and out in Tadasana. Now let's sweep the arms overhead once more, pressing through the heels, getting nice and tall. And then you might want to take your stance a little wider. We're going to forward fold into Uttanasana, but big bend in the knees so we don't pull on the lower back. And you'll find the chest dropping towards the thighs. Feet might even come wider once you get down there, and toes can point slightly out. And again, head is heavy. We'll stay here for a little bit. Doing the same thing we did in Tadasana, and by that I mean gently warming up the body and beginning to cultivate breath. Feet on the earth, deep bend in the knees. And then there's a gentle pressing back of the backs of the thighs. Seat reaching towards the ceiling. Do let the torso be heavy, this visual of a rag doll. The torso is just letting go. So that includes the head. Gaze should be through your legs. And we'll stay here for another 5 rounds of breath, warming up the legs, gently warming up the lower back. Stretching the lower back passively. And if you can, maybe you transition your breath to warm up Ujjayi, to begin breathing in and out through the nose, a gentle closing of the lips. And if you're feeling really open already through this pose, you might sway the torso side to side, opposite hand to opposite elbow. Myself, I'm feeling really tight in the hamstrings, the legs, all this outdoor activity, all the walking for lack of much else to do. Press down through the feet. Take another big breath in. Let the torso get as heavy as possible. Hands come down to the mat, and let's find tabletop. And we'll move through some cat and cow tilt. So you drop the belly, lift the gaze forward, and now lift the chest. Inhale, that's your cow. And then exhale, cat, you round. Belly gets flat. Thighs hug towards each other. You can see them. And then you do that again on the breath. Inhale, drop the belly, open the chest. Maybe the hands come a little wider, just like we made more space through the feet for Uttanasana, and then rounding cat pose. There we go. And do that a couple more times, moving with your breath, maybe some hip swaying side to side. I'll cue you through the poses, but please take anything additional that allows you to really care for the body, or you identify something, you move towards it in a way you need to open up. And once you finish your final round, for a moment, take the knees nice and wide. Child's pose, drop your seat back towards your heels. Let's extend the arms as far forward as possible. Head comes down to the earth or a block. And just let whatever sensation is here happen with the hips melting back behind you. And there may be a little movement here too, a little side to side, pulling one hip back then the other, and eventually letting both drop down towards the heels. Full breath in. Full breath out. One more big breath in, child's pose. You'll know this pose is here when you need it. Bottom of that exhale, press down through the hands, come back up tabletop, and let's curl the toes under and find downward facing dog. Take the feet as wide as you need them. Once again, a bend in the knees. We're going to warm the body up. It'll hopefully, as we go, feel like things begin to soften, even as we're building strength. The areas where we need to let go will happen over time. But for now, walk out your dog, bend one knee, let the opposite leg be straight. Breath in, breath out. And then shift over to the other side, bending deeply through the left knee, straightening the right leg. And then you might walk it out a little faster, getting into the feet. And then take a gaze at your hands. Make sure that you have enough space between the hands so it's the width of your shoulders, even maybe a little more. And then spin the inner elbows towards the front of the room. It's so easy to kind of lose that engagement. So we just come back, another part of our practice. Spin the inner elbows forward, broadening the upper back. I can feel that right away through my shoulder blades. In that area that wraps around the armpit. Take another full breath in. Press the earth away, downward facing dog. Let's walk the feet together to touch. We'll take the right leg up and back towards the sky. Three-legged dog, roll the ankle. While you're here, flutter the toes, full breath in. And then let's bend the knee to take it to our nose, coming forward into that cat rounding. Gaze forward, step your right foot to your right hand. And if this is too much, the lunge, you might drop a back knee. But we're gonna try to get away from that front thigh. So come up onto fingertips or blocks. Big breath in. Big breath out. All right, take a big breath in, low lunge. And then back the hips up. It's a modified pyramid. Head drops towards your right knee. Right glute pulls towards that left heel. Head heavy breath in. Full breath out. Let's use the breath in to glide back to that low lunge. No rush. This is our warm up. And then you're beginning to feel your back foot tractioning. It's not leaving the mat, but it's pulling towards your front foot. And your front foot is pulling towards your back foot. So you're starting to feel that connection, that center in between. With that engaged, shift forward and let the right leg take the weight. Left leg, standing leg split. Gentle warm up, not maybe your deepest split, but just that surrender of the torso, warming up the standing leg. Head heavy, full breath in, full breath out. Take another big breath in, and then bend both knees so you can shoot the left leg back, low lunge where we began. Let's take the left hand down, right arm forward, and then begin to take the right arm up towards the sky for a twist. All can be done with a back knee down if you're not quite ready, or you're modifying for any other reason. Otherwise, just here, breathing. Another full breath in, gaze up, and then hands to the mat. Once again, feel that traction of the feet coming towards each other as you step the left foot forward to meet the right. Inhale, find a flat back, so hands to shins or the earth, shoulder blades coming together. And then forward fold, shake the head out. Let's stay here for another breath in and sigh it away. Now come all the way to standing. See the thighs as you do engage and draw up. Tadasana, sweep the arms overhead. Hands to heart center, release. Let's sweep the arms high. Forward fold. Again, press the thighs back as you hinge at the hips. Find a flat back on breath in. And then hands to the mat. Let's hold in high plank. Gazing slightly forward of your mat. Spreading the fingers wide so you have a broad foundation to press the earth away. Even though you feel this slight pull towards it. Take another full breath in. We're going to lower to low plank and hold for 5, 4, 3, almost there. One more breath in. Drop it all the way down. Hands come slightly back for baby cobra. Elbows point back behind you. Chest lifts. Breath in. Breath out. Let's do this for 2 more breaths, letting the heart lead the way. Your gaze follows. Another full breath in. And then press up to tabletop and find downward facing dog. Breath in. Breath out. Let's walk the feet together to touch. Left leg to the sky. Breath. Nice and deep here as you roll the ankle, flutter the toes. Eventually you bend the left knee, and then you sweep the left knee to your nose, round the upper back, flex your left foot so you can step it forward, maybe heel to toes. I didn't quite get there. Low lunge. Breath in, breath out. Trying to get a little bit away from that left thigh so we're not dropping and rounding, but just a slight engagement to open the chest, lifting away. Take another full breath in, and then back the hips up, feet stay where they are. Gaze back at your right toes, drop the head, modified pyramid. It helps, and this is similar in standing leg split. We're not there yet, but when we're folding, walking the hands back often cues the shoulders to release. It gives us a deeper fold. Ujjayi if you can, in and out through the nose. All right, take another big breath in. One more here in this pose. And then glide back forward on an inhale, low lunge. And we'll start to feel our feet, that traction of the feet towards one another, lighting up the thighs. And then we have that strength in the center to shift forward, Left leg takes the weight, right leg to the sky, standing leg split. Head heavy. You know, that exhale helps us twist in a lot of poses. The exhale also helps us fold more deeply, engaging the belly, drawing up to drop down. Take another big breath in, and then bend both knees, shoot that right leg back. Here we go, low lunge. Right hand comes down, left arm to the sky. Simple twist. Oh, I forgot to bring my left arm forward and up, but it's just one way to come into the pose. Bringing the arm forward, maintaining the lift and the lengthening of the spine, and then rotating, twisting open. It's definitely humid today here in Boston. So we're getting a little bit of an effect, or at least I am, of the heated studio. Take another full breath in, hands to the mat, and then feel the feet pull towards each other. We'll step the right foot forward. Inhale, find a flat back. And then exhale, forward fold. Let's take another couple of breaths here, folding deeply. Maybe catching your heels with your hands and drawing in. I'm going to walk out my legs a little bit instead and get that stretch through the back of the calves. All right, come all the way to standing, engaging the thighs, sweep the arms overhead, and then hands to heart center. Integration complete. Let's open our practice like we do in the studio. We do 3 ohms, but we'll do 1 to begin here. Full breath in. And ohms definitely have a special quality when they're done together. But sitting in that for a moment. Standing up nice and tall, pressing down through the heels. Draw the back of the head towards the wall behind you. That drops the chin. One of the 3 bandhas. Uddiyana Bandha is the pelvis. Mula Bandha is the pelvis. Uddiyana Bandha is the belly. And then Jalandhara Bandha is the chin lock, because we often throw our head back or we are looking down. So we're trying to find that neutral point. Sweep the arms overhead. Full breath in. And then dive forward, exhale, let the head go. Inhale, find a flat back. Exhale, hands to the mat, high plank. Let's hold for a second and just figure out where you want to go. We're going to go through low plank in a moment, but you have options, baby cobra as we began, or if you're ready for up dog. I'm not taking up dog. I'm modifying, so it's up to you. Either way, you're going to hover in low plank, maybe knees up, knees down. And then it's a back bend once you land on an inhale to open the chest, to open the throat. And then it's downward facing dog, up and back, rolling over the toes and dropping the heels towards the mat. Breath in, breath out. Let's do 3 rounds of sun A's, warming up the body. Breath, leading the way. You'll bend your knees, fill. Draw your seat back, gaze forward, hop or step front of the mat. Inhale, flat back, belly gets full. Exhale, fold. Sweep to standing, arms wide and then high. Once you're full, dive forward, exhale. Inhale, find length. Exhale, your Chaturanga Dandasana, high to low. Definitely pause in the low, feel your strength through the triceps. Back bending, breath in, expanding. And then downward facing dog, breath out. Fill it up. And if you need to, open the mouth, let it go. Don't let it build. We contain what we stay contained when we need to. I suppose graceful, but let go of what needs to be let go. We'll do 2 more. Bend your knees, Phil. Look forward, front of the mat, hop or step. Breath in, breath out. To your rhythm, come to standing. Equal inhale to exhale if possible. Dive forward, release. Breath in, breath out. Your flow. Breath in, breath out. Breath in, downward dog. Let it go. Last one, tippy toes. Front of the mat. Breath in, breath out. Breath in. Dive forward. Breath in. Hands to the mat. We'll meet in downward facing dog. Stay. Breath in. Breath out. Okay, let's keep it moving. Take everything we've been practicing with us. Bend the knees a lot. Fill. Gaze forward, front of the mat. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. This time we'll find Utkatasana chair pose. So lightning bolt, awkward pose, our seat. Tops of the thighs press back so the seat follows. And you might feel some rocking back into the heels. That's good. The heels can really root and press the earth away. And then the toes are light. Reminder not to float away, not to sit back too much, that we lose the pose. In fact, it helps to lift all 10 toes and place them back down. But we know this is a pose meant to build fire and heat. If you press your feet down, can you also imagine you could widen your mat? It's going to get you really into your legs. Arms reaching. All right, we just began. Here we go. 5. Let's just follow the breath. 4. Keep your gaze steady. Find that chin lock again. Lengthen out the back of your neck by pressing your head slightly back behind you. Take another full breath in. And then come to standing exhale, Tadasana. Fill it up. And set it free. Okay, let's sweep the arms overhead. And then dive forward, exhale. Inhale, find length. Exhale, hands to the mat. Flow it through. Your high to low. If you're ever skipping a back bend, you can low plank to high plank. Back to downward facing dog. Breath in. And set it free. Okay, take the feet together to touch. You're going to inhale the right leg up and back. You're going to step it forward to a low lunge. You're going to inhale in your low lunge. And then you're going to exhale, standing leg split. We've been here. You're going to come back to your low lunge. And then you're going to drop your back foot down. Warrior 1. So we just took a little detour. Warrior 1, deep bend through the front thigh. It is so steamy today. Whew. What happened? But it actually feels really good. I miss the heat. I've been reading a lot about the benefits of our heated practice, and there are certainly many, but there's also a benefit of practicing in not a heated space, and but it all does really come down to preference and what we need. Make sure you can feel your back foot rooting, your back big toe stamping down. Gaze up if that's successful. Take another full breath in. And then hands to the mat, flow through. I'm going to take it a little slowly because I'm modifying But if you can get your hands to the mat on a full breath out without injury, then you do it, hands to the mat, you flow through your chaturanga and downward facing dog. Breath in and side away. Before we take the other side, let's press up the feet to glide out to high plank. Just like we're standing on 2 feet in Tadasana, but we'd be reaching forward. Maybe to press our hands into the wall in front of us or reaching out to hug someone, but the spine is long. And then we'll take the feet together to touch. Let's drop them to the right for Vashisthasana. Left arm reaches towards the sky. Gaze can follow. You're here for 5, 4, 3. All right, on 1, we're gonna lift the left leg and let it hover. Bend that left knee and place it behind you for rock star. So it's a back bend. Right leg lengthening, left foot pressing the earth away, and left thigh hugging towards the center. Take another full breath in, head heavy, and then come back, flow through, or take a moment in child's pose. Really nice work. I can tell you're working hard from the comfort of your home. Breath in and side away. All right, downward facing dog. Another breath in. And let it go. Let's walk the feet together to touch. Take the left leg high. And then step it forward for our low lunge. Breath in. Breath out. Another breath in to lengthen. And then exhale that standing leg split. Just a little detour here. And then we'll step it back. Low lunge. We'll take the left foot wider or the right foot a little wider. Warrior 1 on the left side now. So many of these poses rooted in alignment and best practices are a place to begin, but a really good cue to know whether we need to widen or narrow or maybe bring the back foot up a little bit more towards the front is, are we feeling struggle through the chest? Can the chest stay open? If yes, and there's no pain in the back knee or the lower back, then we're good. Otherwise, make space to get long from the waist all the way through the fingertips. Take another full breath in, and then hands to the mat. Same thing, flow, or meet us in downward facing dog. Big breath in, big breath out. Deep breath in, and side away. All right, let's push up, push out to high plank, and we'll set up for Vashisthasana on the other side. So feet together to touch. Now the heels drop to the left, right arm reaches. And I can see. So bottom hip, usually we need to lift it a little higher. And the front hip, if it's beginning to sag back, we need to just draw it forward to stack the hips. I'm too close to the wall here. But bottom arm working, rotating that bicep away, and just breathing. We're going to move into rock star in a moment. Another big breath in. We'll lift the top leg, bend your knee, and then place the foot behind you. Left leg's extending. Right leg now on the foot on the earth. Right thigh hugging towards the midline. Head dropping back. Full breath in. And then back to high plank. Take your flow, or I'll see you in downward facing dog. Breath in. Breath out. Down dog for a couple breaths. Child's pose if you need it. A sip of water. Whatever it is. All right. From down dog, we're just gonna take one sun A to move to breath. You'll bend your knees, Phil. Sink your seat back. Front of the mat, exhale. Moving to breath, Phil. Moving to breath, empty. Once again, that cycle in to stand. And then dive forward, exhale. Breath in. Chaturanga Dandasana, move it through. And downward facing dog. Fill it up. And let it go. All right, let's take the right leg up and back. Three-legged dog. Step it to your right hand. This time we'll find low lunge to come up to crescent lunge. Arms come overhead. Deep bend through the front knee. Take another breath in, and then let the arms be wide, like the shape of a T. We're gonna twist in a moment to the right. First we'll fill, and then we'll twist open. Right arm reaching back, left arm reaching forward. In fact, you can catch your hip with your right hand as well. And just draw the shoulder back. Maybe sinking the hips a little lower. Maybe going deeper, right hand back, left arm high. Imagine I had my hand around your left wrist and I was drawing up towards the sky. Another full breath in. And then let's open up warrior two. Whew, my legs are burning. I don't know about yours. All right, warrior two, deep bend through the front knee. Arms extending. Let's take a little movement. Straighten the front leg. Arms towards the sky, breath in. And then back to warrior two, exhale. Fully landing, breath in, extending, lengthening the front leg. Breath out, warrior two. Breath in. Warrior two, breath out. We're gonna flip the front palm, come up and back, reverse your warrior. Left shoulder dropping. In fact, you can come into side angle. We are gonna come to side angle next. But while you're here, if you want a little bit of a bind, you bend the left elbow, wrap the tricep in and up. You bend or that's the right elbow. You bend your left elbow, reach back and see if you can find the bind in between the shoulder blades. Warrior one, reverse warrior two is perfect for this. Big breath in, and then side angle lunge. Not stalling to side angle, I promise. And then the gentle reminder that right forearm opening the right thigh, left arm extending. And that earlier awareness we practiced of the feet drawing towards each other, that shows up in a lot of our poses. The front foot of warrior two or side angle here, and the back foot, this gentle tractioning towards one another, laying up the thighs, helping us find our center. So we're rooting down, lengthening, but also drawing in and up. So many things happening. Take another big breath in, and then come back up to standing. Let's straighten both legs. And set up for straddle. So pivoting the toes in, heels out. You can bind. The chest is feeling open. Bind at your lower back. Open it up. Take a full breath in. And then forward fold. And even when you get to Prasarita Padottanasana, that's our forward fold straddle. You can bend the knees, move around a little, shake the head out. Some of us like to walk our hands forward and get this like wide downward dog effect. Some of us like to walk our hands through our legs. Not just moving around to get out of it. I think there is a difference of moving because we don't want to feel what we're feeling. Many times we're in a pose and it's challenging, as long as it's not painful, we stay, we sort of break through something. We feel a little of that resistance melt away, but we have to go through it first. All right, take another big breath in. Let it go completely. And then you're going to walk your hands to your right foot. So you're in a low lunge. And you're going to take a simple twist once more. Left arm down, right arm high. You might wrap your right arm around your waist. Take another big breath in. And then flow through, high to low, through your chaturanga. And I'm going to check the time because I just have no idea. Here we go. We're good. All right, downward facing dog. Breath in. And let it go. Before we take the other side, we're going to walk the feet together to touch. Now we're going to take the left leg. Actually, we're going to take the right leg because that's the hip we just opened for where I want to take you. Right leg high. Bend your knee, and then we're going to flip our dogs. If flipping your dog is too much, take Satyavanda or fish pose. Otherwise, flipping your dog, thighs hug towards each other, head drops back, nothing to see. Send breath to the throat, another full breath in. And then exhale takes you back to downward facing dog. Fill it up. And let it go. Nice work. Feet together to touch. Left leg to the sky. And then we'll step it forward for our low lunge to take it to full Anjaneyasana, crescent lunge. Same thing as the other side. Arms overhead. Gaze or drishti. Really, the breath roots us. Gives the mind something to do. These wandering minds of ours. We're so talented at that skill of thinking about 1,000 things, but drishti helps us come back to the moment, as does the breath. Take the arms wide, fill up, and then let's twist to the left this time. Open arm twist. Notice there's a combination of dropping a little closer to the earth, engaging the back leg to twist. Maybe the left hand to your left hip. Maybe it comes back behind you, right arm towards the sky, following that line. Take another full breath in and exhale. Open up. Warrior two. Whew. Okay. Front bend through your front thigh, back foot parallel to your mat. Arms extending. Let's take some movement. Straighten the front leg, reach the arms high. And then exhale, settle right back into warrior two. 2 more times like that. Breath in. Breath out, warrior two. 1 more time, big breath in. This time, settling in, warrior two. In fact, before we get our side angle lunge, let's take a moment to bring the arms overhead and maybe take a bind. So bend the left elbow. It doesn't matter if your hands don't reach one another. In fact, for me, it only happens on one side. But the idea is to not splay the left elbow open, but draw it in and up. We do that with a lot of our poses, reaching the arms overhead. And then once you've got that, something, maybe the back of your shirt, the head can press into the arm and the heart can lift. Deep bend through the front thigh, fill it up. Ooh, and then side angle lunge. Here we go. Left arm to your thigh, right arm up and over. And if you've been doing side angle a long time, sometimes we do need to reassess, walk the back foot up. We're going too deep towards the ground and losing that engagement. But you'll know the body tells us something is off. Just as it alerts us when the mind is preoccupied or has left the room. The breath slips away or it gets labored, or we're holding it. Maybe sweeping the right arm around. A couple more breaths here. Really nice work. I know you're working hard. Take another full breath in and then press it away. Come back up to standing. All right, so let's pivot our feet in again for a straddle split. If you want more fire, more heat, heels in, toes out, you'll find your goddess pose and squat. And my legs are feeling pretty well toasted, so I'm gonna toes and heels out and forward fold. Maybe a bind, once again, interlacing, but leading with the heart as you press the thighs back. So it's another, I think, more advanced practice is not how deep we go in our poses or which fancy, impressive pose we can do, though I don't discredit anyone for the work they've put into that. But it's that journey of getting into a pose, from pose to pose. There's so much good stuff, and how we come into it, how we feel, and how we shape that experience. So even in a forward fold, it's pretty important to stay the course as you build your foundation and take that descent. And then even in the forward fold, where you place weight in the feet, you can notice if you're tensing the shoulders, let them go. Big breath in, big breath out. All right, one more full breath in. Let it go, head heavy. And this time we'll walk our hands to our left foot. And we'll take a twist. Right arm down, left arm high. Breath in, breath out. Just like that, another full breath in. And then hands to the mat, flow it through, or I'll see you in downward facing dog. Full inhale. Big breath out. And then left leg will lift to the sky. We'll bend the knee. We're going to flip on this side, or your Setu Bandha, or another back bend that's more accessible. Heels root down. You can feel your big toes on the earth, keeping the thighs parallel. Head dropping back, big breath in. And then use the exhale to come back, downward facing dog. Fill it up. And let it go. All right, let's bend the knees a lot and walk to the front of the mat. Make sure you have a block handy and come all the way to standing. Full breath in, full breath out. Okay, we're gonna take half moon on our right leg. So we're gonna lift the left leg. Right hand will come to a block. In fact, I'm gonna come from the ground up. So my hand's on the block, my left leg lifts, flexing the back foot, gazing to the left side, left arm follows. Really press through that back heel. Maybe bend your back knee, catch your foot, but don't go there if you're already knee falling out of half moon or really struggling. Why? Add on. Stay where you are and let it be just what it is, imperfect. Challenging maybe more today than last time you practiced, and that's fine. That's just the changing body. Full breath in, and then you'll release. You'll release the feet, come to standing, switch the block to the other side, then come to standing, pedal up the legs. All right, half moon on the other side. Ardha Chandrasana, left hand presses the block away, right leg lifts, right arm follows. And then half moon, the twist comes from the chest, not the leg. So the leg reaches back, it slightly rotates down, but the twist comes from that lengthening of the spine and then opening up. Nice job. Stay with it. Another full breath in. And then safely come out into standing. Let's pedal out the legs. And we're going to begin again on the right leg. Left leg or left knee lifts. And we're going to find Utthita Hasta Padangusthasana. So that's opening the left knee away. Right arm can stay, right hand can stay at the hip. We actually don't really need the right arm to balance, but we can. Or if you are inclined to grab the big toe and lengthen the leg, go for it. Otherwise, we're opening the left hip, gazing forward, standing tall, maybe wobbling a bit. Take another big breath in, and then bring your left knee to center, pass it to your right hand, and let's take a twist, left arm opening. Big breath in. And to standing release, switching legs, right knee lifts. Right hand finds your right knee, open it up. If you are someone that extends your leg, just know it's more about the standing leg. The standing leg is going to get you to a straight, lifted leg. Meaning really rooting down and creating space. Take another full breath in. And then pass that knee to your left hand, open up your right arm. Maybe gaze follows. Another full breath in. And then back to center, release. Okay, our last pose on our feet is dancer's pose. So you're on your right leg, right bicep to your ear. You're going to reach back for your left foot. And this can be enough. This is enough of an opening, beautiful opening of the chest, shoulder blades coming together. We stand and prep for dancer, or you begin to shift forward, creating space between your front hand and your back foot. Heart opening. Much more of heart opening than a leaning, dipping forward. All right, 3 breaths here. Keep that lifted knee hugging in towards the body. Another full breath in. And then standing pose, release. All right, opposite side, left arm reaches. So that hugging in and up of the armpit, lengthening this entire left side, feels so good. And then right arm reaches back to catch your right foot. This can be enough, especially if your breath is big and flowing. Otherwise, in dancer, trying to create that space between your left hand and your right foot, all while hugging the right knee towards center. Full breath in, full breath out. Okay, one more extending breath in, and then to standing release. Sweep the arms overhead, dive it forward, exhale. Hands to shins, find length. Hands to the mat, move it through your chaturanga. And we'll meet in downward facing dog. Once in down dog, fill it up. And then let it go. Let's glide out to high plank. And then lower all the way down to the mat, wrapping the elbows back. Rest one cheek on the earth, arms back behind you. We're going to get a moment of rest, body heavy, full breath in, full breath out. Opposite cheek meets the mat. Again, a full breath in, a full breath out. Now spin the palms down, shoulders slightly lift, gaze forward, and let's come into Shalabhasana. So you'll lift the legs, you'll lift the arms, heart gliding forward. 5 breaths here. So if this is the only one we're going to do on our bellies. So if you want to take bow pose, we've done quite a lot of back bending, but you can bend the feet, knees and catch the feet, or you could interlace. I really like this one of knuckles drawing back, lifting away from the earth, but opening the chest even more. You can almost feel the back of the heart coming through the chest. One more full breath in. And then release, let it go. Deep inhale. Deep exhale, bend the knees, rock the feet, sway them side to side. Nice, and then let's press up to tabletop. We'll cross the legs, bring them out in front of us, and we're gonna come right into abs. Before we wind things down, we did a lot of back bending, so we won't do many on our, or any on our backs, but we will come to our backs to bring our shins parallel, perhaps parallel to the mat, so knees are right over the hips. And we're gonna come into yoga bicycles. So we'll do left elbow to the right knee for 1 and switch for 2. Like you're kicking something in front of you, so the heels kicking. Every exhale flattens the belly. And you can even make this sort of ha sound as you're switching side to side. And you'll stay with it for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You'll give your knees a squeeze so you can rock up to Navasana boat pose. Nice. And boat, you'll have the backs of your thighs. You want to find this sweet spot. I'm going to modify and keep a support here on my legs, but find this sweet spot of coming forward, so lifting the chest, and the slight gravity pulling us slightly back. And that's to find our sit bones and our tailbone lifting. And maybe the legs begin to lengthen. Maybe the arms reach forward in front of you. Take another full breath in, and then roll it back down. And yes, more yoga bicycles for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Last 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Knees hug in. We rock back up to Navasana, boat pose. Whew. Last 5, 4. Challenge yourself if you can. I'm modifying at home. No judgment for what you do or when, but if you know you can go deeper, why not? Arms extending, or legs extending a little more. Take another full breath in, and then rock it back. The last set of yoga bicycles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Last 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Cool, we're gonna round this out. We wanna be even last boat. Boat to the T. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. Nice work. Lengthen the legs. Let's draw the right knee in. Give it a squeeze. And even open that right hip away from you. Left leg is heavy. Roll the ankles. Flex the feet. And then let's bring that right knee across the body for a twist. We're not coming into Shavasana just yet. I'm just giving you a little stretch after the ab work. Shoulders are heavy. All right, then left leg comes in, give that a squeeze. Really squeeze the left leg in. It helps to get into the top of the thigh there and kind of wrapping around the groin and the hip. You might open the left hip as well. And then take supine twist. Left knee comes across, left arm opens. And then coming back to center, we're going to bring the knees and give them a squeeze and rock side to side on the lower back. And then think about where you want to go for a hip opener. I'll teach half pigeon or pigeon on our bellies, but you could take reclining figure 4 or something else. We're going to stay for at least 10 breaths on both sides. So if you're taking pigeon, you bring the right shin forward, left leg back. This is a great example of what I was saying earlier about not rushing to get somewhere. Because our deepest point here, what we try to do right away is forward fold, get to the floor, but there's so much here, even just the torso lifted and that right hip rolling back. And then when we're ready, we can walk the hands forward. Maybe first stop, the arms come down to the, or forearms come down to the mat or a block. Take a couple breaths there, see how the right hip feels. Maybe go a little deeper. Know where to be. And take another full breath in. And let it go. Walk the hands back, lift your chest. And then you'll set it up on the other side. So you could lift into three-legged dog. If you're on your back, you'll take your other side for reclining figure 4. Otherwise, half pigeon. I'm just going to switch legs. Why would we want to fold right away? We have an opportunity to see how even just extending the back leg feels, where it was just in that opposite position of bending the knee. Now we can extend. And like we've been working with the feet this morning, that ability to pull, to traction the feet towards each other without them actually leaving the earth. There's a similar traction here of the front glute towards the left glute towards the right glute. And even as the hips are seeking the earth, there's this drawing in and up. It allows the chest to open. If you haven't already, walking your arms forward to put them on the earth. All right, another full breath in. And then let's press up. You're going to bring the legs in front of you. And we're going to set up for our Shavasana. So any last movements? I thought I had all the time in the world 4 minutes ago, but we will do just a few minutes of Shavasana. If you can stay slightly past 8:15. If you cannot, I completely understand. But do let the legs be long. Wiggle out any tension. Maybe rock the head side to side. And let's just rest in this moment. Full breath in. Shavasana, full breath out. All right, let's take a big breath in. Chest full and let it go. Rock your head side to side. And then bring the knees in, give them a nice big squeeze. Roll onto your right side. And just pause here for a moment. Making time for your practice. Whenever you can. All the elements of the practice, the asanas, the compassion, the breath, the presence, all of it, the love. Make your way to seated. And we'll finish the way we began with one Om in gratitude for this time that we shared, the space we held together. Big breath in. Hands come to forehead center. We bow to one another. Namaste. Really nice work, everyone. If you would like to contact me, my email is Joanna Converse, Joanna Converse, like the sneaker, @gmail. Otherwise, I hope you enjoyed your practice, and I'll see you guys again soon. And be well. Thank you so much for sharing your Saturday morning with me.